What's up, everybody? It's Lit, and we're back for some more Witcher. And last time, we met our friend, rival, brother, some combination of those things, Berengar, the guy we've been trying to track down for ages. Finally did, in fact, meet him. Got a little bit of information out of him, but he was a little tight-lipped. He did not really want to tell us all the things that we wanted to hear. So, for the time being at least, Alvin and Geralt here, we're going to perhaps go out on a little excursion on this boat here. Give Berengar a little bit of time to think things over and hopefully give us a little more information in the future. So what exactly awaits us here? I'm not entirely sure. Supposedly, we're going to run into the Drowners, the last set of Drowners, I believe, that the Dryad wants us to take down to get her necklace back, I think it is. And when we do that, supposedly, we're going to find a more powerful opponent who will show up, because he gets mad once we fight all the other drowners. There's another boat directly behind us. Should I be concerned about that? Was that a reflection, or actually a second boat that's either driven by a ghost person or following us seemingly underwater? Weird. Any other visitors here along with us? Not that I can tell. This looks like a tiny island. But I'm guessing, based on all these lily pads here, that this is much like the swamplands, and that this shallow water we can walk through ourselves. And I'm assuming these drowners here... Oh, that's the wrong sword. I'm guessing that they are likely that last pair that we're... Or, not pair. Last group that we're waiting for. In order to finish off that quest for our Dryad friend. Get one down. And theoretically, at least, there is... Oh, come on, swing your sword. Theoretically, at least, there is a powerful enemy that awaits us as soon as we are finished fighting these guys, so we might want to deliberately save some endurance, in case that guy is, truthfully, a difficult opponent that we might struggle to take down. I think it's you. You look just like a drowner. You did not get stunned. Just against the rules. Strictly forbidden. Also, I'm not allowed to attack you when you are on the ground. I should have known. Let's give it a little longer. And I can't really see your HP right now when you're in the water like this. So I don't know how successful we're being. You aren't dealing that much damage to us. I might have seen your HP. It looks low. There we go. Okay. Still combat music? Maybe? Nope? Okay. So... Pretty sure we... Yeah, we don't have room for this. This is in the alchemy sack, which I believe is full at the moment. I mean, that's why we can't pick things up. We were assuming that we probably wanted to drop drowner tissue because it's fairly common. It's pretty easy to find drowners, and we probably already have some stash. This other stuff, I mean, most notably this turquoise necklace. Is it turquoise or is it silver? Because that is what the Dryad wants. And I'm assuming these other remains are probably, for the most part, yeah. We can get a little bit of this cadaverin. Actually, nope, or not. Huh? Oh no. Is this the music? The dreaded music? I think it is. That is the Lady of the Lake. Who, if I'm not mistaken, is the goddess that the Vodyanoi worship. And I'm to make a guess here. I would wager that she is... Whoa! She's likely going to be someone that we need to blur out when we talk to her, so we'll see. But also, there are a bunch of basilisks over here. Which is moderately terrifying. Because one could only assume that they are quite powerful. Whether they freeze us with their stare or have poison, who knows, but let's see if we can do something here. Okay. We can one-shot them. Or the monkey can. Take your pick. Didn't see that one coming. I was ready for us to be pretty overwhelmed there. but I'm assuming we're probably going to need to, truthfully, make some space here. I think these, although they were a relatively late addition, ignore my Windows updates that are trying to trigger. I think, although it was kind of a late addition for us to be able to pick up those types of flowers, I think they're now still relatively common. So I'm not too concerned as to whether or not we'd be able to get them in the future. Other than that, Celandine, I don't remember if we've still found ways to do that. Yeah, so we're about to see if that is enough space. Oh, I'm guessing that it is not. Oh, except apparently we did have enough room for all those things. I think there were more, at least one more basilisk over here. We will now proceed to fight as soon as we take out the right type of sword. You could, like, oh, ideally do that. That would be great. Ooh. I'd like to believe these trunks are going to have really good stuff in them. Whoa! Increases opponent's sensitivity to silver. Huh. And I forget if we mentioned this before, but magical runes, as opposed to meteorite, can be branded into silver blades. So this is the way that you upgrade silver swords. So we're deliberately trying to find a sword, or make a sword, that is centered around dealing extra damage to monsters rather than people, then extra vulnerability to silver swords. That seems like that's along the right lines. We may already start to run out of space fairly quickly here. Circle of the last drop? That sounds rather sad. Except it gives us Axis. Oh! Oh no, not this one. This one. Mind control one. We've not really experimented with that one too much. So I am curious. Okay, and as I said earlier, I suspect the Lady of the Lake will probably need to blur out. Let's also check the map real quick. Can we learn more? Obviously, we know about the Circle of the Elements now. Is that bear actually significant? Is there something over there? Also, that description is amazingly helpful. Island. Thank you, game. Did not figure that part out.
Welcome, Geralt.
Forgive me.
Lady of the
I
Lake?
don't remember your name.
For you do not know it, but I know you. By reputation.
I should warn you, Dandelion takes many liberties in his ballads.
I have confidence in my source. The mermaid, Shinaz.
Mermaid?
We
Yes.
know any mermaids?
Why are you surprised?
Or
What
even know
did
that those
Shinaz
exist?
tell
Or that
That you
Shinaz
prevented conflict
exists?
between the Prince of Aglaval and the inhabitants of the underwater city of Iz.
I mean, of course we did that.
Thanks to you and your friends. Humans and the Vodyanoi of Iz tolerate one another.
Encouraging. I hope all goes well here.
Shinaz mentioned your intelligence. I invite you to use it.
Oh,
Speak with the Vodyanoi chaplain and the human named Julian.
okay. I think
Who
we
are
met
you?
both of them.
They call me the Lady of the Lake.
I mean, your name over your
Is
head
that
kind of gave that away.
talkative fisherman your servant?
Servant, no. Women on occasion need men. To secure food and protection, naturally.
I see.
Very
Houses of
stereotypical.
Knights once defended my honor.
And
but
it's
that
sexist?
was long ago. My poor, sickly Fisher King alone remains.
Hosts of knights once defended my honor. Oh, no, my poor sickly Fisher King alone. Is that the guy who was actually in the fisherman's hut that lent us the boat? Love how every time we meet someone, Geralt just magically knows exactly what they're thinking. Or is really presumptuous about the way that they're looking. Look very pensive. Let's keep it general first.
Milady, can I do anything for you?
The peace of my land has been disturbed. The humans and the Vodyanoi quarrel due to greed, fear, and misunderstanding.
I assume each side has an informal leader.
You assume correctly. You may speak to the Vodyanoi priest near my statue. Julian represents the humans.
Okay. Yep, you did tell us this.
I'll tend to this.
Who is in the right?
It's not about who's right. I want them to reconcile.
Then you must slay Dagon.
What?
To do so,
We have heard that
bring
name.
me objects symbolizing harmony from both communities.
I'll return soon.
And then
You will
you'll
find clues
summon
of the
him or
nature
something?
of these objects on the statue.
Okay. I am a little confused as to what that means. Must see Julian and the Vodian priest and persuade both to agree to something. There was a lot more that I think we wanted to ask you about, though.
Milady,
Like, why do you
you
look pensive?
Sometimes I see the future, Witcher.
Oh,
Destiny has
does that mean you have
entangled
Elder
its
Blood?
threads round
Maybe?
Witcher.
Hmm?
His path leads into a dark future, into sadness and pain. I wish to help him survive.
Who is it, milady?
You or Berengar,
Wait, what?
speak with him, and may one of you take up Destiny's thread.
Huh? What do you want us to do?
I'll speak to Berengar.
I really wish you would stop walking away every time I talk to you about something. You asked me to talk to Berengar, yes, but like more specifically, I kind of miss what the whole point of that conversation I'm supposed to have with him is.
Milady.
I did not mean to click on that. What I get from being impatient. Okay. You say I return to life? Yeah, I mean, I don't know that you really know us, but I guess to the extent that you can help.
Milady.
She's like,
I say I
hello
returned
there,
to
Geralt?
life, but lost my memory.
Anything to say to me?
I know you didn't return by chance. First, you must answer. Do you believe in destiny?
I mean... Basically, yes, no. Option C. Other. Sure.
I believe in something more.
Mysterious and confident. You will regain your identity and achieve your aim.
I hope
Yet
you're right.
You evade my questions.
That is
Perhaps
true.
there's something more you speak of. Requires other than a simple choice between destiny and free will.
Indeed. Maybe it's not so simple.
My beliefs defy easy classification. Let's discuss something else.
Yes?
Oh, you'll actually not walk away from me after having answered that question? Send me a task. Okay, we know about that.
Milady, what happened to those hosts in shining armor?
I fought the legend of the Holy Grail.
What?
My bold knights.
King Arthur?
I know not why. Determined to embark on a mission.
Monty Python?
They claimed it their destiny to find the Holy Grail. Alas, my powers cannot vanquish destiny. I failed at guiding the poor wretches onto the right path.
The Grail was never found?
Just
They
so
were stuck at the castle.
Knew the legend of the
Ah.
I lost my memory.
Speak with a hermit watching over the graves of those brave seekers. Though boring, he
Ouch.
knows the Grail's legend perfectly.
I'll visit him.
If you return intent on a mission of paramount importance, believe me, I can be unpleasant.
What are you trying to say there? I mean, obviously that's a threat. What are you trying to suggest that the hermit might basically ask us to do something that you do not want us to do and that you would then proceed to fight us? Or do something else that we would not like?
Milady, where can
would
I
seem so.
find the Vodyanoi priest?
At my altar on the shore, though Dagon's worshippers occasionally drive him away.
I see.
Yes.
Oh, we know that. Okay. I think
Farewell.
that's everything then. Not say what influence destiny has on my life is apparently part of my identity. I think that's fair to say. And I apologize in advance. I'm not sure, ultimately. I will probably end up deciding later. Hello, Royal Wyvern. I'll probably end up deciding later as to whether it seems necessary for us to blur that out. Kinda borderline. Hello, Mr. Dragony Dude. You could, like, let us hit you. That would probably be helpful. Theoretically speaking. Also, it seems like you did not really take much of any damage when I swung my sword. Past several rounds, yes, I did rush that one. So, like, if you could cooperate, that'd be sweet. And if you could, like, not bring any friends, because it seems like generally you tend to run in packs. Granted, haven't seen any just yet, but, not be so happy if you were to have one of said friends sneak up behind us right about now. That would be rather unfortunate. I wonder if we are now far enough along that, yeah, we can do that. They give a ton of experience. Am I right in thinking that just said 200 something? I think Wyvern Eggs is one of the quests, or Witcher contracts rather, that we're supposed to fill. Yes, I do know that's where we came from. I just wonder if there's anything in that corner. There are a lot of fireplaces here, which I don't really know what to make of. Clearly there are also lots of dragons. They're just a normal wyvern. I believe we do this initially. We can, yep, right off the bat, hit you with the one shot. Technically, I believe you are not the ones that we are supposed to fight for Witcher contract. It's specifically the Royal Wyverns. Oh! Okay. Maybe we didn't know where the Altar of Dagon. Maybe I was thinking of the place back by where we landed. Okay, now, granted, this would be a good example of a time when I would very much like to make sure that we only fight one of these guys at a time. Because there's two of you right next to each other. Except you don't seem to want to turn around and separate yourself from your friend. Let me go around you. This might be the difference maker. Hello? 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 There we go. Now I'll try ushering you away. Say, Dragon, how are your swimming abilities? Surprisingly good. Not gonna lie. Surprisingly good. I also don't really know what was happening there, in terms of what we were trying to do with the attack. Whenever we stun them like that, with the sign, it seems as though it can go one of two ways. If they have relatively low HP, then we can do the special take them out with a finishing blow animation. And if not, if they have too much HP, then we just kind of stand there and stare at them and wait for them to come back up. So, if the former, then things go quite well for us. Come on. There we go. If the latter, then obviously... Oh wait, what did I say? If the former, then things go well? The former things don't go well. Now I forget which order I send them in. If we don't get the chance to actually attack them, then it stinks. It's a waste of a side. If we do get the chance to stun them and follow up with a finishing blow, then obviously that's pretty awesome. That was apparently the end of the Witcher contract. This probably is going to lead to us not being able to attack them. Oh, except we were, but I rushed it, got impatient, thought it wasn't going to work, assumed that it wouldn't work, and therefore jumped in with the second attack too early and interrupted our attack combo. So that one was on me. It looked like the rare occasion when immediately after saying that, there was only two options. It was actually going to give us a somewhat neutral middle ground third option in which we do manage to stun them and not just stand there staring at our opponent as it lies on the ground waiting to get up, and not doing that finishing blow, but actually just doing a normal attack, which is what you would expect if you didn't have the ability to do that finishing blow. I suspect now we should probably be able to. Yeah. It's actually with the hilt of the sword, I think. Which is also a little odd. Okay. So more dragons down, more corpses, and yes, this is definitely the music that I like for everything except for that drum. We got the Royal Wyvern, which is the more powerful one that we cannot be guaranteed to take down with one hit. And I mean, it actually wasn't very convenient, knocking you back toward your friends. I mean, if we continue to go this way, then 3 dragons at once is definitely more than I would like. Because under those circumstances, one could argue we might be about to join those other corpses over there. Look like you froze. Also, I immediately regret having done that, so I will not chase after you. Again, on the assumption that we were to knock you back too far. What are you doing? If we were to knock you back too far, then the other wyverns would start to take notice, and it already looks like they're headed in this direction, which has me a little bit concerned. If we could just deal a little more damage to you first, that would be amazing. So that we can be more confident that this guy is not going to join you, because it really looks like he is. And make this a 2v1. And just get you low enough. Make sure that we can hit you with the one-shot mechanic. That would be great. Obviously, that other wyvern is coming for us now. Yeah, now he's full-blown charging. This guy, though, we should be able to do this. Or so I thought. Again, with the strange things happening. And, unfortunately, one time when we really need to be able to one-shot him, we don't. Granted, if you can stay separated, that would be nice too. Oh, come on, come on! Do it, Geralt! There you go. Alright, got the big one down. Now you should be quite manageable, especially if you can do this. Except you. Okay, no, you did cooperate that time. Wasn't the way I thought you were going to do it, but it did work. And yeah, apparently this island is... Well, have we seen that? Apparently we have. Apparently this island is just the Dragon Island. Should have known. I mean, we have, of course, seen some dragons... where are you going? Have seen some dragons in and around the mainland as well, which maybe should have been a bit of a hint as to what we might have run into here. Ultimately, nothing terribly overwhelming at this stage. In that fight there was close to being the most difficult one. I guess it still was the most difficult one, and that we did technically fight 2 dragons simultaneously for a little bit. What's this? Mount Carbon Dwarven Axe. High chance of dislodging shield. I mean, it's a lot more interesting than our torch. We have a cat potion still, because if we do, then you can sort of justify getting rid of the torch. If we don't, then it's a little trickier to make that, make that sacrifice, just in case it turns out that we do, in fact, need to be able to see in the dark sometime soon. Now, this Altar of Dagon. Seemed like we were hearing that this would be a place where we might encounter some potentially not so friendly folk. I think this is probably a good place for save slot. Probably a good place for us to save, just in case something bad happens. And really gonna stop here? Oh, it is possible to get here, just not via that angle. It's bad that I want to check out that crate first. Has alcohol. Victory. So I see the altars. I also see the edge of that little... call that an archway, I guess? That leads ominously into the ocean, which would lead me to believe that that is probably where the person that this altar is named after comes out from. Maybe? Or maybe you can just go down here. I bet there's a way in which we're able to gain the ability to breathe underwater or something like that. and make our way down there, because that seems too convenient to not be a thing. Alright, let's double check our quest log for a second here. See if I'm just missing something we ought to already know. No, let's see, that we ought to talk to Berengar. Is this the main one? Do you need to talk to Julian and the Vodyanoi Prince? Or not, the Vodyanoi Priest. Not Prince. Same thing, right? I thought that was the guy that we saw in that initial area where we landed, where Chris teleported us. And I saw this and I thought, I mean, this can't be there for no good reason, right? But maybe we're just here a little too early and we'll be back here later when we talk to those people more and they direct us toward that location. Whoa, more explicitly. Hello, friend! Good to see you too. Apparently, 1:30 a.m. It's Royal Wyvern o'clock. I should have known. I mean, as long as it's just you, and not you and some devious little monkeys, then we should be fine. But you are dealing a fair bit of damage here. I don't remember we took this much damage in the previous fight, and I just didn't take note of it. Because, I mean, we haven't been fighting this guy for all that long. May have gotten one or two hits in there relatively cleanly before we got the sword out and were ready to fight back. So I could kind of see that being the case, that he at least dealt a little bit of damage, but I'm surprised how much HP we have down at the moment. Not that it's gonna matter. But we'll have to keep another eye out for birds that are swooping down low that... Oh, basilisks are back. I think we did get enough basilisk stuff, or am I thinking of the royal wyverns? I mean, they were straightforward enough, seeing as how we could one-shot them. I think we do, actually, deliberately seek them out, and there are 3 here this time? I thought there were only, only 2 before. You also did not get knocked down the way I wanted you to get knocked down, which is quite concerning, because that was kind of the whole strategy here. And we don't have a ton of HP. I was thinking we would be fairly safe on the assumption that, well, we would have enough HP, or enough endurance rather, to sign you into a stun and follow up with a one-hit kill. Except that is obviously not what is happening right now. I'm deliberately cutting that combo short to make sure that we don't get hit there. Except we will pin ourselves into a corner and get poisoned while we're at it. And it's a pretty bad poison at that. Follow us all the way here? Probably. Poison has expired. Well, we may have ventured just far enough to avoid your gaze. I'm gonna eat some food, and if we could isolate you, that would make things a lot easier. I think we just did. So that's cool. Even if we don't get the one shot in on these guys, I think if we fight them one at a time, we should still be fine. It's when we were fighting 2 that I got rather concerned. As you're seeing here, we attack quickly enough that we don't let it get too many attacks in. That makes me think that is not a bird, but actually a dragon, except it is just a bird. And there we go. Apparently that's all we needed. Okay, so now we'll head back. I think we've more or less explored everything here, outside of presumably not getting everything at that altar there, but I'm assuming that we need to do some things before the real stuff starts happening there. Alright, we get it. Is dramatic. Calm lake music. Alvin.
I dreamt I was a witcher fighting this monster, and I wasn't afeared at all.
Only
Afeared at
fools
all?
feel no fear.
Villagers say Berengar's afraid to kill some giant fish. Not you. I want to be a witcher.
Do you think it's fun?
Sure, one like you. Not like Berengar. Witchers are so brave. They never grow ill.
Well... Ew, these are pretty dark. I mean, I guess we're trying to dissuade him from being a witcher. Also, can you just, like, take a couple of steps back? It's a little hard to pay attention to what is written down here when you are staring at me from 2 inches away from my face. Not true the witchers are never afraid, besides none remain who can complete the mutation. Is that really true? That's also maybe a useful way to divert his attention. Change the subject a little bit. Man, knights are really great once you think about it.
It's not true that witchers are never afraid. Besides, none remain who can complete the mutation.
Too bad. That would be really nice.
Sorry, Alvin.
Oh, that stinks.
I don't know about that. Yeah, there are some Dagon dudes told Alvin that becoming a witcher is impossible. I don't know how true that is. Told Alvin no one can become a witcher now that none remain who can complete the mutations. Yeah, is that because the specific people who are capable of withstanding the mutation process are no longer living? Or is that because the people who are helping to conduct them for other people to actually become witchers are no longer here? Like, the name that currently escapes me of the person who was our leader, who gave us the training in Kaer Morhen. Or it could be that Azar Javid and the professor stole a bunch of stuff from the witchers when they raided Kaer Morhen. Oh, you are right here. Didn't think you were this close. Are you going for Alvin? Kind of seemed like it. But doesn't seem like that's going to matter too much. Bringing something? Where you're standing? I have no idea what that means. I'm a little confused. For a second, I thought he was an ally. I was like, what? Did we attack someone we weren't supposed to attack? Let's see. When we actually loot that guy, is there anything special about it? Does he drop anything that would seem to be tied to that green dot? Or is it just a random green dot that happens to be there that's maybe just something we shouldn't be thinking too much about? I think that's the usual stuff. Think. Could be wrong. Okay, so we are supposed to speak to the priest over here, I thought. Oh, uh-oh. What's happening? There's the girl.
Where's my... I know something you don't.
Like what?
The funny fishman has come back. Those evil fish people finished eating from the lady's altar. Disgusting!
The Vodyanoi priest has returned? I must speak with him.
Okay. That actually sounds helpful. I think. Now, granted, we have slain many of your kin in the meantime, so, just try not to hold that against us, but other than that, and your moonwalking ways, let's talk.
Talk.
Oh, right, you don't really speak our language. I mean, these 3 things all seem relevant. Let's maybe not lead with the one about us killing other Vodyanoi. That's probably not something we should lead off with.
I've taken Berengar's job. Tell me about this conflict.
We underwater live deep. We lady love, yet not all. Many Dagon love, lady leave. The humans kill.
So it seems like the Lady of the Lake and Dagon are like two
I
opposing sides.
Big blood bovine in village. Dagon for her come.
Oh.
This love Dagon might give reward. Something sword. Something wonderful.
You want me to steal the cow and use it to bait Dagon?
This love big blood bovine on altar. Dagon come from deep.
Put it on the
I'm
altar.
supposed to kill it on the altar.
Prefer human sacrifice.
Probably not. I mean, this is true. I would rather not resort to human sacrifice. That's probably a bad idea, right? Generally, yeah, that's pretty high on my list of things to avoid.
The Lady of the Lake wants to help resolve the conflict.
Lialul be what?
The Lady of the Lake wishes the Vodyanoi to live in peace with humans. Killing their favorite cow wouldn't help.
Oh, okay.
Yet Dagon must is loved be.
I can take care of that too, but you'd have to give me something.
Oh.
Big blood bovine, better idea. Yet
Big Blood
obedient must
Bovine is
be
also
for
just an
lady.
amazing name.
Choose.
Wait. Big Blood Bovine. Better idea. So he wants us to take the amazing cow and sacrifice that. Yet, sounds like we still have convinced him because we're siding with the Lady of the Lake here, and he's loyal to the Lady of the Lake. So, I don't remember what his staff is, but probably cool. Golden calf, I have no idea what that is. Gold bracelet, I'm assuming is just something valuable that we might sell. So, that I'm assuming is probably a weapon of some variety. Not a sword, but some other variety, whereas the golden calf, I don't know. Let's go with this. Let's go with the calf. Bit of a wild card there. No idea what it is,
The
but
golden
hopefully it's good.
calf.
Huh? What just happened? I'm a little confused. Hold on. What did we just agree to? The Vodyan priest gave me a golden calf, an idol to offer to the Lady of the Lake. If it is not to her liking, I will need to find another gift, one worthier of her. Okay, we need to take them to the Lady of the Lake. I mean, I'd rather not have to go back and forth. If I do, then maybe it's worth seeing if there are other things that we ought to do here in the meantime, while we're on the mainland, or maybe you could make the opposite argument, that if we are going to run back and forth, then let's just get it done quickly while we're in the area. Yeah, I think doing that is probably better. Except I went the wrong way. So yeah, we'll see which one she so chooses. So we took what? The golden calf? I mean, I don't really have any... I don't think we have any hints as to which one she would prefer. So it's kind of just a wild guess at this stage. And I do wonder... Oh? No, okay, just this. Every time we get the fade to black, makes me nervous. Also, where is this golden calf that apparently we now possess? Because, I don't see one. Again, I would assume that it would be large enough to see. Okay. No drowners here this time. There is the Lady of the Lake. At least she's close by. But I feel like this is still too simple. Surely it's not just going back and forth here multiple times. Talk to her.
Yes?
The
Oh,
lady,
yeah.
Are these what you wanted?
Try again, Witcher.
Very well. Back to Julian and the priest.
We need to talk to Julian too, potentially. Maybe he would know? I don't know about that. Would he just have entirely different gifts from which to choose? Maybe I need to coordinate between the two of them, and only once I've done that will she say that she likes what we've decided to give her? No. Probably worth a shot talking to Julian, because we are technically supposed to talk to him, so I suppose that's probably for good reason. And we aren't just supposed to wildly guess. That would make more sense. Maybe then we can get more of the inside scoop as to what we are supposed to do, and whether that's just informing which of the other things we choose to take to the Lady of the Lake, which, granted, we could probably do more quickly if we just went trial and error, or maybe there is, in fact, something else that we are not yet considering, we don't yet have access to. So we want to go back to Murky Waters, and we may actually, probably will run into Berengar along the way. So maybe it is worth talking to him as we stop by, because supposedly he's, just out. Supposedly, this is also technically our steel sword, but it did still work. He's ready to talk to us about at least some stuff. Maybe not all of the stuff, but some of it. So fess up, buddy.
Yeah.
Also, for someone who's theoretically our brother, we don't look very similar. I mean, I know the white hair makes it a little hard to compare, but still. Just the face doesn't look all that consistent with ours.
Have you spoken with the Lady of the Lake?
Maybe.
Goddesses don't speak to mere mortals.
Spare me the sarcasm.
So what momentous news did the local goddess divulge? Just don't get all momentous on me.
She spoke
Mystical,
about
you mean?
destiny.
Destiny doesn't interest me. But if you want to play hero, be my guest. I'll even help. See, I tricked you recently.
Did you now?
What?
Salamandra actually forced me to betray a few formulae. Subjected me to some tests. I didn't even protest. They paid me well.
Why?
You know why. I wanted to marry, have children, friends, a normal life. The witches robbed me of that chance. This is nothing new to you.
And you knew
Humans
that
hate
going
me.
into being a witcher.
When they see my eyes, they blanch in fear. And children. Tell me, what's the difference between your dear Camoran and a Salamandra lab?
I'm not here to tell you I'm any better than you.
Leave. The mere sight of you irks me. I'm beginning to doubt myself.
Farewell.
See the Lady of the Lake, let her know Berengar's decision. Berengar admitted that he worked with Salamandra. He should dearly pay for it. I mean, he worked with Salamandra, yes. He was basically their guinea pig, allowed them to test various things on him, but he didn't really give us much more context or specifics than that. Like, okay, he did say that supposedly they were looking at doing things that would make him a little more human. Remind me, is this technically where town is? Yeah, it is. Oh, it's even right here. Let's see, who are we technically supposed to talk to? There is the prize-winning cow. Adam, who is, we now know, a murderer. Kinda, sorta. Pretty much. No, we are technically supposed to talk to Julian, who is in the inn. Also, should we be concerned about how Alvin is nowhere to be seen? And that Berengar, the person who we saw most recently, is actively searching for him. I think he'll be fine. He'll be good. I trust that Berengar guy, right? What's he ever done that's questionable? Morally gray? Questionably evil? Alright, Julian. That is who we are looking for here.
Can I help you?
And he is... Really thought Dandelion was the one throwing punches there for a second. I was like, are you sure? You want to be doing that, buddy?
Geralt?
So... several things. I don't remember if you're the one who... I think you gave us the basilisk notice, so I think we can turn this in.
About the notice.
I'll buy any basilisk
Yep.
hides you have. Reptile skin shoes are in fashion in Vizima, you know.
I have 3
Indeed,
hides.
we have them.
Let me have a look.
Um,
Undamaged.
You've
Excellent.
disappeared.
Here's your reward.
Like, that isn't invisible, too. But... these other things... Ooh... Start with this.
Agreement with the Vodyanoi is possible.
Think so?
That is the will of the Lady of the Lake. Care to take issue?
No, Witcher. I'm no fool.
In that case, I'll need something that symbolizes your devotion to her and your desire to achieve peace with the Vodyanoi.
Of course. What shall I give you?
I have no idea. I was kind of hoping you would... give me an idea. That's kind of weird. This obviously has the most tied to the Vodyanoi. And I would assume for that reason this is the one we should pick. But I'm still pretty much just taking shots in the dark at this point.
The alabaster figure depicting a young Vodyanoi capturing a water elemental.
Here it is. It would have fetched a fine price in Vizima, but peace is more important.
Okay. Just 250? Pretty sure we get more, or just about as much by fighting these guys. That said, see which of Julian's gifts is best. Okay. Okay. Also there was another thing.
Speak later.
Excuse me, there was something else I wanted to speak to you about.
Geralt?
Normally I don't make a habit of speaking to you, but... do we have any reason why we need to speak? Remind
What
me?
happened in Vizima after I disappeared?
Who knows? I left soon after you. Though I did hear that you staged quite a bloodbath.
Sometimes killing is
Kinda.
necessary.
Now don't get offended, but
Not that part, though.
has
Well, I
killing
mean,
people become a pleasure for you?
Carol, be honest. I mean, he tries to make this argument, but at the same time, feel like it's a very flimsy argument at that. That's pretty harsh, and it's not really been consistent with what we've said in the past. I'd say this is most consistent with what we've said. I'm thinking back to when we spoke to Vincent as a werewolf, and justified not killing him by saying that he's not a monster on the Vincent.
I only kill humans in self-defense.
Like the old days. Try as we might, we just can't seem to cull the population of vicious SOBs.
I
Excuse
sense
you.
we haven't seen the worst of them yet.
That's
Be
rude.
careful.
I will.
Geralt?
I mean, I don't... Oh. Maybe this? I didn't think that this would be an option.
I wanted to answer that letter.
Good idea. I have pen and parchment. Think of a beginning.
Kindest friend. With an exclamation point, no less. Nah.
All right.
Dearest Triss.
Dearest Triss.
Your romance is blooming. I'm happy for you, Geralt.
I don't want to talk about it. Now what? Something about Alvin?
I'm sure she's worried about him.
He has seen many horrible things, and I am very concerned for his general well-being, even more so than I was before when he was in Vizima with you, and seems as though he probably should have stayed with you instead of following me. Also, he may have just been captured by the person employed by Salamandra, who's been hunting him down for the past while. Ask her to notify Foltest immediately of Ada's doings. Maybe. That seems a little more significant than what's happening in Murky Waters. Maybe I'm a little biased, but it seems like this is mostly just gossip and
I can ask her to notify Foltest
town
immediately
politics.
of his doings.
She
A
could
little bit
find
of
that interesting.
warring against
Sit
the
down and
humans
write
in
it.
Vodyanoi,
The
but...
fisherman could take it to Vizima.
Okay. Okay.
gets into it, someone.
Okay. I think he said... I might have missed a little bit of that, but I'm pretty sure he said take it to the fisherman. You would send it to Vizima. And let's see, before the night is out, and by before the night is out, I mean, like, in roughly 2 hours, it will be day, and we will crumble into dust because we are secretly a vampire. I mean, what? No? I've been bitten by, like, a bazillion vampires at this point, but anyways. My point is, I didn't really have a point. More so, just, let's get back over here. Oh, fields? No, this is the wrong way. That's not where we want to go. I want to head back, go to the fisherman, send this letter, and maybe make it to the Lady of the Lake one more time and see if this happens to be a gift that she's willing to accept. Because, well, it seems like she's kind of picky. And we have now talked to both the priest and Julian. Is that all we technically needed to do? Was it just that after you talk to both of them, it doesn't really matter which one you pick? She'll just take whatever you send her way? Or does she actually have one of the 6 things that she must, or that she's only willing to accept that? Alvin is here. Theoretically, we are about to walk by Berengar again. I'm assuming that he's not going to be willing to speak to us about anything more than he did last time, because we haven't really had anything major happen since then. So I am just gonna post on by him. Does mean it makes it a little quicker for us to make our way back to the shoreline. And, oh no, okay. This is who we expected to see. Yes, the fisherman, person we wanted to talk to send her a letter. For a second I thought it was, like, the super Vodyanoi leader guy. Oh, we haven't seen you. Not true, though. We know this guy's here.
I'd like to get a letter to Vizima. Thanks.
You gotta pay him.
Take care.
Still don't think we have an explanation as to why you cannot speak. I mean, okay. I would assume there's some kind of significance to that, but maybe there isn't. Alright, I'm gonna see. Yeah, we can probably skip these. Make it a little quicker. Now that we've seen it a few times. Sorry if you were looking forward to that dramatic excursion out into the water. This nice castaway island. Lady of the Lake.
Yes?
Please accept this gift, because, well, I'd rather not have to continue to go back and forth.
Lady, are these what you wanted?
Try again, Witcher.
No!
Very well. Back to Julian and the priest.
Can you give me any hints? Am I really just supposed to guess? There must be some way in which we're supposed to have a better idea as to what she wants.
Yes?
Because it is truly just a random guess at this point. Maybe I missed something. Something that you said that would lead us to go in one direction over another. But we do also have this about Berengar to tell her.
Berengar has no interest in destiny.
Clearly my vision pertained to you, Geralt.
Oh.
If you say so.
When the time comes, I shall aid you with a gift.
Okay. I don't know why you had to lean over to the side to say that. It's a little weird. Need to be patient. I mean, she's certainly testing our patience right about now. Sending us back and forth and back and forth. Alright, and after we go back, I'll read the journal entry a little more closely and see if there's anything at all that it says. Oops. It's a little too eager to press the escape button in an attempt to skip that cutscene, but in truth, we didn't need to. I'm hoping that the Vodyanoi priest is still there, because he is apparently not always there. And that might make this a fair bit trickier if one half of the options are no longer available to us. So before we talk to you, though, take a quick check. Here, Ripples is the one we're going for. And that's not it. It is this. This is safe. Berengar told me about the conflict between the humans and the Vodyanoi. Humans are led by Julian, while the Vodyanoi follow their priest. I'm standing in front of the priest. I need to talk to both. To talk to Julian and the Vodyan priest. Julian gave me an alabaster figurine from the Vodyan city, a gift to the Lady of the Lake. If she rejects this offering, I will have to find something worthier of her. Thought we just tried doing that, and she said no. Am I mistaken?
Oak, Gulpul Talhul.
I think we have... Have we asked you about these things too? Or did we get sidetracked with other things? Because I know we were thinking of talking to you about multiple things, but we may have
I saw a hostile
gone
Vodyanoi
in a
on
different
the
direction. I
shore.
feel like we did.
They be evil Dagon Albatol.
Yeah, I don't think we've heard this.
Altar. I must had flee. Now they in water, and I guard altar again.
Okay. So, some of you guys are not so confrontational.
I've taken Berengar's job. Tell me about this conflict.
Maybe that'll give us things we need?
We underwater live deep. We lady love, yet not all.
No, we've heard this, right?
Many Dagon love, lady leave. The humans kill. I plead your sword, Dagon, 'tis love. I give reward.
I see.
Big blood bovine in village.
Yeah, you want the...
You want me
Want
to
that.
steal the cow and you
want the glorious
supposed
cow.
to kill it on the
Kill it on the altar. I'll think about it, but no thank you. Now, sorry to interrupt your dancing, but also
The
this...
Lady of the Lake wants to help resolve the conflict.
We heard this.
The Lady of the Lake wishes the Vodyanoi to live in peace with humans, killing their favorite
Yes,
cow
we
from
did. We
down.
did also say this. I'm sorry.
I can take care of that.
Okay, but now this does mean that we
I'll take your
get the
staff.
chance to try one more thing. Okay. Come on. Second, the last thing from the Vodyanoi priest, so I mean, suppose getting close to at least being able to rule out one of the people altogether. One of the people's items, you know what I mean. This? I mean, I suppose it doesn't take that long to run back and forth. It just feels like there must be a better way to do this.
Yes?
Surely?
Milady, are these what you wanted?
Try again.
No!
Very well. Back to Julian and the priest.
Will you at least give me some feedback and say, no, I would much rather you give me this instead? It seems like, well, it still says that I have the staff. I kind of want to talk to you one more time and see maybe that first time, for whatever reason, you were only considering Julian's gift, and now you'll consider the priest's gift?
Milady, are these...
Just in case. Just making sure. She can only consider one thing at a time, although technically we did already show her Julian's gift last time round, but I'm just very skeptical of our approach here. I feel like I'm doing this the wrong way, and that's why I'm deliberately being extra careful. Maybe, though, you legitimately have to run back and forth between all these guys? Or maybe you try all of their options. Turns out she says, no, none of this stuff is good enough. Geralt goes, well, that's all I got. Then she says, well, all I wanted was for you to prove that you could bridge that gap. You could converse with both of those groups of people. start that conversation. Then, in that way, you've already succeeded. We have one more thing that we can take from you.
The Lady of the Lake. The Lady of the... I can... The gold...
Golden bracelet's the only thing we have left. So... we shall see. Also, we do have the silver or whatever type of necklace the Dryad wanted us to collect, and previously we found her here. So I didn't turn on our quest tracker to see where exactly she is at the moment, but I'm a little surprised. Apparently she has relocated. Maybe she's only here in the day, but I thought that when we first saw her, it was, in fact, night. That also seems a little puzzling to me. Also seems a little puzzling to me how our boat is pointed in this direction, despite this direction suggesting that we came from this rock. Alright, Geralt. Whatever you say. Alright, Lady of the Lake. Listen, I'm running out of choices here. You gotta help me out.
Yes?
Please.
Milady,
take this one.
Are these what you wanted?
Indeed.
Okay.
Pour a drop of my blood onto the altar. Challenge Dagon to a duel.
Oh. I'll think about it. Maybe next time. No.
So be it.
So be it indeed. Let's place Lady's Ruby on Dagon's altar on Blackturn Island. Okay. Oh, and apparently we gained a level as well. So some of those fireplaces may actually turn out to be quite relevant, because that means, hopefully, we can allocate those skill points just in time to take on Dagon, who, based on how everyone seems to be making a pretty big deal about him, I'm guessing he's a pretty difficult foe. But with that, I think this is probably a good place for us to wrap up for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.